Hey, folks. Happy to have you here. Lorianne, let's kick back and look after yourself today. And hi, Wade, and hi, Mary. And there's Bryce. Bryce, it's been a while. Good to see you. Really good to see you here. And Susanna's here too. So thanks, guys, for taking the time to pop by. You'll see, I think, on your screen that there is a new little comment flyby that's going on. I'm just trying it out to see if you guys like it or not. I don't need it. You guys let me know if it's annoying. And then if it is, I can remove it. There's lots going on here. They've been upgrading the StreamYard. So this is kind of fun for me to figure out how to do all of this. My goodness. It's really kind of interesting. I have to play with it a little bit more, but there we go. Today we're going to do episode number 4 on how kindness is linked to healing. I'm finding that a lot of this is really interconnected with everything that we've talked about before. And hopefully the repeat conversations that we're having with this will help all of you kind of get in the mode of, I don't know, spending time with voluntary time with the principles or whatever principles you choose, and dive deep into understanding how they can affect your lives. And how they can kind of give yourself a game changer for the way that you live. All right. And there's Mindy. Hey, hi, good morning. It's afternoon for me. It's 1 p.m. I think 1 p.m. on weekends is a good time for me. As long as I haven't got something else going on, this is working well for me. So there you go. What do you think, guys? Do you like the comments that are popping up on the screen, or would you rather handle them as they were presented before? You let me know. I will watch the comments and act accordingly. If I can figure out how to turn them off if you want them off. Also, I'm not sure what's going on with Instagram. It says I'm live, but I can't find the feed. So if anybody's on Instagram right now, I can't see your comments because, hey, you're hidden. I don't know what happened. Something happened. I clicked and it went away. Such is my life. I'm not here to complain, though. I'm here to get on with working through episode 4 of Just for Today, Be Kind. I've caught myself in the last day or so, and it's part of a much bigger conversation. But how many of you find yourself holding grudges every now and then? This is all related. And I'm really aware, because I've been studying this material and coming around to it again. Do you hold grudges? And what does that mean to hold a grudge? And it's kind of like, I got cheesed off last night around 9:30. Very aware that my mood tanked. Okay, so hang on. Thank you, Susanna, for letting me know I'm not live on Instagram. I can fix that, I believe. Hang tight. All right. I'm going to remove that feed. And then I'm going to re-add it. Sorry if you guys can bear with me. For those of you who aren't comfortable and situated yet, get comfortable and get situated. And I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to save it. And see. All right. Go live. Let's see if it lets me go live. And there we are. All right. I am grateful for that. It's a little bit off time, but I'll take it. I will. Move me back over here and pop that there. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for giving me the grace of time to sort one out. I appreciate it. If you're on Instagram, I'll try and keep up with the comments. We are also live on YouTube, where we're just trying out the new scrolling comment feature before we get into the Reiki sample session. So anyway, back to grudges. I caught myself at 9:30 last night when I was asked a question that cheesed me off. And it cheesed me off, one, because somebody knew better, and the timing of it sucked because it was bedtime. I was watching the hockey game last night, one of the many, and it just wasn't time to engage me there. And I got mad. And then I woke up this morning holding anger still, or no, anger is not the right word. I was PO'd because I was perplexed why someone would do that to me at that time of night when they knew better. But then again, everybody's doing the best they can, and I know that. And so trying to let go of a grudge before I start hanging on to the grudge for too long. And I'm very aware when I hold a grudge now, and I know why I'm upset. So, what's that line between being angry and allowing yourself to feel the feels, let it out, say what you're feeling and letting it out, and then allowing yourself time to, just bake in it for a bit because, you're mad. And it's like, okay, I'm a human. I'm going to feel this. But then when is the time to consciously go, you've had enough of feeling the feels and you can move on? Is that a conscious choice? Do you let it wear down on your own time? And if you do let it wear down on your own time, is that sometimes days or weeks or months or years? Do you hold a grudge for a really long time? Do you dredge up anger from an association from your past because you haven't let the grudge go? When you hold a grudge actively, this is what I call perseverance, like you're persevering on something, you won't let it go. So I'm actively talking to myself, trying to let it go. And to do that, for me, what works is finding acts of kindness, being kind. So first to myself to go, hey, Mish, peace out. You were in a crappy mood. You were in a bad mood last night. You woke up in a bad mood. You're going to let this go at some point today, and we're not going to hold this grudge because there's no point to doing it because it just makes me feel crappy. It makes the other person feel crappy when I stop talking. And it's not healthy in any way, shape, or form, but it is healthy to have your emotions and let them out so you don't shove them all down there, right? Where's that line? I think everybody's got a different line. But I think we could all agree that when we consciously choose kindness, we move past the grudge. We let it go. We've honored it, given our emotions some time. We've been aware that that's how we're feeling. We've been aware that this is how we're going to move through it so that we get to a point where it's no longer an issue and it's gone. And part of that act of kindness is allowing yourself the time to do it, the time to feel it, and the right time to let it go without perseverating on it. So I'm kind of been working through this live example. Here we go again. Mish doing her thing, living and talking about it, because I think you guys know, and I think it helps you when I say that I'm dealing with being human too, and yet I'm still learning from all of these things, including the Reiki principles and how to work them into my life in a real way. So kind of wanted to go there with that this morning, especially with today's topic on healing with kindness. All right. There we go. Conscious breathing when the mood of anger pops up. No grudges. So this is what Wade does. Wade, our intrepid astral traveler, he gets out there and he lets things go. No grudges. Yeah, it's a way I want to be. Only worry about what you control, says Wade. Yeah, yeah. It's true. We tend to worry about other things, though. But here we are again with that need for awareness when you're doing it, when you're worrying about things you can't control. You've got to spend some time practicing being aware when you step into those moments. They're not helpful. They really, really aren't. All right. How about we move to reading what I found? I dug up. I actually did some research on this one today because I'm finding that with this topic of kindness, because we've done anger and worry and being earnest in our efforts, we've kind of covered the concept of kindness at one point or other in those other three. And here we are with kindness as an entire topic into itself. And I don't want it to sound like I'm just doing 10 of these sessions just to make 10 and I'm going to be on repeat. So I'm actually digging in to find nuances that maybe some of you haven't thought of and that I can present them to give you another way to contemplate this concept while you're trying to look after yourself as well. So, what I'm going to do, as I've done before, I'm going to read the logic for this topic. And I'm actually going to reference an article that I found a couple of days ago when I was rewriting what I was doing with this. Found myself going off in a ton of tangents on this particular topic. I was all over the place. And it's because kindness interweaves and intersects with so many other things. So I'm going to read this and see if I've kept myself on track as I read it, because sometimes I change my sentences mid-read when I think I didn't mean that. And this is hard. You guys are really good at letting me work through this the first go around. So here we go. This is the justification for today's topic as I thought of it when I was creating it. Just for today, be kind. Your physical and psychological health can be bolstered simply through kindness. In my search for more information in this aspect of being kind, I found a Harvard Health study from this past April 2025, which indicated that kindness can improve happiness and a sense of engagement with life. It reduces symptoms of anxiety and it increases a sense of social connectedness. And I think that's all fairly obvious, and almost all of us would agree that those things are true, right? All of these parts of your life, when feeling fulfilled and happy, add to your overall well being. You know, when your anxiety is lowered, your parasympathetic nervous system, that's your natural neurological repair system in your body, it can get to work and help your body recover from long term effects that anxiety, worry, fatigue, and stress bring on. In that Harvard article, it also said that, and I'm quoting now, an international trial published online August 19th, 2024, by Social Psychiatry and Psychiatric Epidemiology suggested kindness also decreases social isolation and loneliness, which are increasingly linked to a variety of negative health effects. There's growing research that our bodies benefit too, with kindness associated with lower blood pressure and levels of stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol has an effect on our blood sugar, blood pressure, and heart rate, inflammation, and immunity. Depending on whether there's too much or too little, we have an effect. But kindness, to get the benefit of it, it can't be spotty. Your effort has to have some consistency. It can't be a random one-timer, because then the effect gains no momentum. You know how I keep mentioning awareness and how it takes a while to build your muscle memory for being aware? It's kind of the same with kindness. It's great to be kind once or twice. It's okay to do that, but it's healing to develop an awareness of your level of kindness regularly and deeply develop its more natural presence in your life. Give yourself a nudge to be kind, whether it's for yourself or another, or for any reason whatsoever. It's repetition and consistency and choice that brings forth the activation of healing from kindness. So just for today, be kind. Yeah. What do you think? Susanna says kindness makes you happy because it's a good feeling when you make others feel better. Being kind can change someone's day. True. So when I was writing this and thinking about, the movement that started about 20 years ago, the random act of kindness movement, and people, doing the things like buying a cup of coffee for the person in line behind you who's going to order that cup of coffee and you pay for it. Absolute not a random act of kindness. You're not looking to get anything from it other than feel good moment for yourself. This is wonderful. All those small things are wonderful. And what we hope from talking about these campaigns for kindness, like the Random Act of Kindness campaign, is that others pick it up and do it too. Because as you've just pointed out, Susanna, more than one person benefits. So in that instance, I'm going to benefit. I'm feeling pretty good about me right now. I just bought somebody I don't know a coffee. Yay. I get to use some coins out of my purse. It's not as heavy anymore, out of my pocket. And somebody else is going to get a coffee and go, oh, that's really nice. I mean, most people would be like, that's a lovely thing. Wow, I got a freebie today. Who didn't like a freebie? Maybe some people don't sometimes, but it's rare. That person is probably going to be happy, right? So then what can happen after that? They might be in a good enough place after that to do it to somebody else who's going to benefit from a freebie and that random act of kindness. But back up a bit. Come back to the interaction of where I bought it and the barista that I gave the money to and asked them to kindly pass that free coffee on to the next person who orders. How do you think the barista feels when they see someone like me going, you know what? I got an extra $1.49 in here today. Let somebody have that tall latte or whatever it is that I'm paying for, and they can have a nice day with a free coffee. The barista would be like, oh, that's really lovely. Thank you. So you've pushed that kindness even further out from you on that lattice of connectedness, right? They are now probably smiling. And maybe they were having a crummy morning and then they bump into you and you're, doing your thing and buying a free coffee for somebody, and they get to benefit from your high energy as well. So if you think about various other random acts of kindness, try and think about the lateral spread. Okay. Who else? Maybe somebody behind me heard me do it. Maybe they were with a kid and the kid was like, why is she paying for somebody else's coffee? What's that all about? And the education that can happen there. Like, there's so many people who can benefit from it. And the general mood, when there's more people smiling around you, there's more reason to smile. And when we smile, we all know energy comes up and you feel a lot better. So that helps with the idea that you are socially connected. You are less lonely now because you've created a social connection around you. Even if you don't know the person who's going to get it, you've probably amped up a social connection for them with other people. So the lattice of kindness can get pretty wide. So think about it the next time you do a kindness for someone. Why are you doing it? Okay. What's the benefit? How wide does that benefit go? All right. All of that is psychologically healing. It really and truly is. But it's also physically healing. And that's because when we spend time raising our energy, doing things that make us feel satisfied, comfortable, happy and calm and quiet and connected, then our sympathetic nervous system kind of kicks back a bit. We talked about it before. It's the one where fight and flight and fright get going, and your sympathetic nervous system is pumping out the cortisol to deal with all of it. And sometimes it's going to pump out way too much, and your blood pressure is going to go up. Maybe your blood sugars are going to go off. Your immunity is going to go down. All of those things that cortisol can be in control of. But when you have a heightened sense of wellness psychologically, your sympathetic nervous system kind of goes toot, 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 toot. And while it does that, your parasympathetic nervous system comes up, turns on, and it starts to repair things that need repairing, including the lowering of cortisol. It's going to take time. Nothing happens overnight. Okay. All of this takes time. And none of it is possible if you are not aware of what's going on and making choices to do the things that raise your energy, like being kind. So that's an explanation of that thinking that I had when I was dealing with today's topic. I'm going to go back to your comments now. Kindness is also a choice, and everyone can make a choice to be kind. We can. You have to be aware that you're not. And then you have to be willing to step out of the grudge or to step out of the quagmire of yuck that you're in and just do it from here. Not because somebody told you, not because Mish, the Reiki lady, told you. You got to do it because you know that in the end, you're going to benefit from it and you're going to spread that benefit even further. It's got to come from here. It can't come from anywhere else. I'm just reminding you, and so is Susanna, that it is a choice. Absolutely. Uh, ah, Wade says kindness would be me going to where you are on the planet just to buy you lunch someday. Wade, I love your thinking. That's so lovely. Bryce says kindness, why I love being in Bali. Oh, you're in Bali now. How rough are that's jealous. Read jealous. It's their way of life and influences many in a positive way. True. Absolutely true. I love it too. I love being in Bali. I love the vibe there. Everybody's just kind of like being nice, figuring out how to spread niceness throughout the day. Mindy says, I went to a coffee shop with a sweatshirt that said, I hope something wonderful happens to you today, written on the back, and several people thanked me and engaged. And engaged love hearts. Mindy, I want that sweatshirt. I love it. Yeah, Wade says to Mindy, you made the day of some random people. Yeah, it's so nice. That's a small thing. Choosing one to own that sweatshirt. Two, choosing to put it on. And three, when someone says thank you, say you're welcome. I hope you have a wonderful day. Engage with them. This is the community involvement, the social connectedness that can cure isolation. More of it to cure it, but certainly gives you a foot in the door if you are a socially isolated person or you don't normally engage with people you don't know when you're out and about. You can, when you choose to do something small like that, like Mindy and her sweatshirt. That's absolutely perfect. It's lovely. So this is an interesting comment. I'm going to pop that one up. Susanna says it's true that certain nations seem to be kinder than others. I wonder why that is. I think there's a lot of reasons that could answer that question. I think literally I can think about 6 right now. I won't go through them all, but because we all can guess what they might be. I think religion has something to do with it, or lack thereof. Social mandates. I also think, and I think maybe Bryce is going to agree with this one, is the geology, the geography, the nuances of the energy coming out of the earth, what kind of vibe there is holistically coming off the planet in that area. There's certain areas you go to that just feel gentler, better, kinder, softer, less aggressive. Even certain cities. When you think of a city as being, oh, it's aggressive, it's loud, it's noisy. I go to some places and I feel in this city that there's a warmth inside the city coming out of the ground. And I know that sounds odd, but it's true. This is what I felt, so I'm going to say it. And I think that that's the kind of thing that can help feed into the national nature of a place. If you want to look at certain nationalities as being kinder and gentler than other nationalities. It's interesting. Okay, Wade says Bali looks like a travel destination soon for him. Get on it, Wade. Get going. It's wonderful. It's beautiful there. And then Mindy, I'm going to pop your comment up because it's a little bit longer. After being isolated for several years, it was a growth step for me, and I loved it. It's something I would have done many years ago, but it's been a while, slowly returning to who I am. Mindy, I can't tell you how much I love that for you. One, you're aware that where you were. Two, you're making a choice to step out of it because you want to, not because anybody's telling you to. Because you're making that choice because of your awareness and your choice. You're going to have room for change now in the way that you're making it happen. So happy for you. I love how consciousness flows. Wade, me too. 100%. Sometimes it flows in places I don't want it to, but then I got to notice and then I got to do something about it. So I think today's session is going to make me feel a whole lot better. It's not just about you, it is about me too. And getting to the point where I walk my talk and this has been helpful. All right. So let's get on to is kindness conscious? Oof. Wade's going to say yes. This is a really big conversation. Is kindness an entity that is a conscious thing into itself? I think kindness is a result of love. And if love is consciousness, then kindness is an aspect of it. Does kindness seek me out? Do I seek kindness out? Seems to me that things are conscious seek us or seek other things or interplay through their choice with other things. Interesting question. I'll let you all play with it in your heads. And with that, I think we'll get on with the distance Reiki portion so that the rest of you can get on with your day or your early evening as it may be. All right. Rita's doesn't seem to be here today, but I'm holding Rita's Orthoceras. This is the stone that is a fossil of that creature right there. Old. Millions. I used to know. I looked it up once. Don't know anymore, and I don't want to make up a number, but pretty darn old. It is a fossil. It's beautiful. And it feels deep, kind, balanced, purposeful. It feels like that for me. And Susanna's going to join today with a skeletal auralite. Very nice. Love that. Love is the consciousness and kindness is a part of love, says Wade. Interesting questions. All really good things to talk about, especially when we're dealing with, just for today, be kind and what it means. And I think that now that we're on part 4 of it, we'll see where it goes after this. But today it's going to be healing with kindness, healing through kindness, and kindness itself being healing when it's chosen, not when it's forced. When we ask people to give to charities out of kindness, and if you feel guilty that you're doing it and you should have been giving your money to someone else or something else, or you feel bad, you got to really register what's happening in your head emotionally and mentally. What's it doing to you? It's that awareness that's going to let you know if the kindness that you're doing is actually healing you and others or not. It's all about awareness. So let's bring it there. Okay. If you would like to put on your music, now is the time. I've got my proxy. This represents all of you who are here live or later to receive what you need for your highest good. Okay. Turn those off. For your highest good, emotionally, mentally, physically, or spiritually, any combination thereof. Right? Whether you're standing or sitting or laying down, it doesn't matter. Allow your body to find a place of comfort. And breathe any way you want. And in this moment, just for today, be kind. Between the comfort of your body as you find it and the ease of your breath as you create it, take this moment to register the idea that you are kind. You're giving yourself this moment to decompress, to stop, and just be in the way that you need. And with every breath, you feel open to new levels of personal kindness, acknowledging you're worthy, knowing this is your choice, and being aware of its effect. And between the comfort of your body and the ease of your breath, and your time spent here in this present moment, you're providing yourself with an opportunity to engage with higher healing energies for your highest good, knowing that as your energies increase, the benefit of others around increases as well. Emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Through your breath and your ease and comfort of body, you allow yourself an increased opportunity to elevate your innate connection to Universal Life Source. You take this time and become aware of your thoughts and feelings about kindness in your life. You're providing yourself a safe opportunity to make calculated choices in your own behavior. And because you're connected innately to Universal Life Source through this distance Reiki session, this benefit is amplified because of your involvement. Sense the increase of the vibrational energy around you. Become aware of how far it might extend. And appreciate the level of healing that is afforded in this engagement. If your mind wanders, it's okay. You can return it here and now. Thank yourself for noticing it had wandered. Bring it back to the comfort in your body and the ease in your breath. Focus on the feeling of the innate energy you have being amplified through this connection of distance Reiki. Knowing you're part of a collective right now of other energies, adding to the increased fold of healing opportunities. While you contribute to this collective, you also benefit from this collective. Breathing in this awareness may expand your consideration for the Reiki principle, but just for today, be kind. All right, for those of you who've been with me since the beginning, we've been going for just over 10 minutes. It feels like there's a sense of together here, and almost like a swirling vortex of together. Feeding the collective. That's what it feels like to me. Feels like that in my hands. I know these sessions are short, between 10 and 12 minutes, but I gotta say, it lands me back in that place of considered calmness. I'm just kind of ready to go forth and have the rest of my day and non-judgmentally let it roll where it's going to roll. and be happy about it. All right. I'd love to know how you guys are feeling when you're ready for the comments in the comment section. It felt really nice. Let me know what you guys think. Okay. I see that Tamala and Milan Michaela are over on Instagram. I appreciate you being there. Yeah, and wise words, Wade. Let me do this. There you go. Comments are now up on the screen. Always take what resonates and leave behind what does not. Yeah, it's the leaving behind what does not sometimes that takes focused effort. And this is when you have to be aware that you're dragging stuff around that doesn't resonate with you, and maybe you're reacting to it. This is where awareness can be a big help for us. Oh, thank you, Wade. Just another reminder, collective, to hit the like button and notification bell. Thanks. Thank you, Wade. I appreciate your support a lot. It's wonderful. While I've got you all here, I think you all know that Susanna is a felter. She makes beautiful beings like she's right here. She sits in front of me like mini mesh. Like, does that not look like me? Crazy, right? It's the hair. I know. This is felting. It's beautiful. And little wings with beautiful little beaded work and crystals holding, of course, the proxy. Holding a proxy. I love that. I went to a craft fair yesterday for some of my new friends in my new town and found a felter. And I had to buy one of these for the Christmas tree. It's a felted hummingbird. How gorgeous is that? I just wanted to show that to you guys. Brings me great joy. I saw that and I just smiled. And I thought, I have to have this. And it's going to live on my Christmas tree. And then I got to find a permanent home for it the rest of the year. All right. So Susanna says she feels peaceful, grounded, and lighter. Nice. Grounded. Grounded. That's what this Orthoceras is for me. It brings me down, puts me in a happy place, connects me, makes it all kind of just feel calmly solid for me. That it's not that you guys needed this, it was just about the proxy, but this is what caught my attention. Wade, a Canadian treasure holding a proxy of a Canadian treasure. That's very funny. Ha ha ha. I love the mini mish so much. It's crazy. I love her. She sits here on this little stand underneath this beautiful soft lamp that I have going. But yeah, if you guys know of anybody who's a felter, felting is just, it's so soft and so textural, you want to touch it. But look at the little tail, and it's the gradation of the red into the blue. Very hummingbirdish. Super pretty, right? I love it. Anyway, that was my prize yesterday that I bought for myself because it made me smile. Yeah, it is very pretty. Yeah. And I do love my mini mish. She's crazy. I like her a lot. And she reminds me sometimes of, the inner picture we have of ourselves. It doesn't look so nice sometimes when we think about it. When I look at that, it takes me to a place that reminds me of what I can be like when I make that choice to be her. And to me, that's really a healthy reminder. Not that I'm going to dog on myself when I'm being crappy mish. Crappy mish comes out all the time, but crappy mish also gets put into check really fast. Crappy mish practices being aware, talking about it, being frank about it, and then moving on from it. So usually when I'm with someone and if crappy mish comes out and she notices it, she'll offer the apology pretty darn quickly, or she'll have that conversation about it right on the spot. This is, I think, what awareness training does for us. It gives us an opportunity to move towards healing ourselves or a situation faster and without the ugly of time in between it all. Just like move on, move through. Let's do this. I'm not going to suppress anything. I'll let it out. And then I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to try to not do that next time and be aware before it comes out of my mouth, or be aware before it happens again. I'm a work in progress like everybody else. We all need that time. But the apology and is the kindness part of it, right? Lorianne, I felt a strong connection to you, Mish. Oh, a lot of tears and my hands are on fire. You locked and loaded your hands. So everybody remember that Lorianne is also a Reiki master. And before we started, I sent a message to her to lock and load and put her hands on the place that felt most right, the chakra that felt most calling to her. And she did that. And I think that you benefit from your own efforts here. Lorianne, I'm glad you're here along for the ride. So thank you for letting us know that. A hummingbird might be my spirit animal. Look at what message it brings. Maybe it might be, although I love a whole lot of animals. I'm digging the loons right now. There's a flock of loons. I don't know if you guys know what loons are. They're predominantly black with white speckles and big white neck. They're the call of the wild in Canada. They're all over the lake, even though the lake is beginning to freeze and I'm beginning to worry about them. I also know they're animals and they know what they're doing. There's a flock of them. I saw 12 yesterday. It's quite amazing. They were beautiful. I like them all. You're very welcome, Susanna. Thank you for an amazing Reiki lesson and session. That's such a kind act from you. Yeah, I do it for me too. I need it. I need it. And it's funny that I didn't get to do a live with you guys last weekend. The live event from 2 weekends ago is still in solid live form. It's in the live tab. I haven't even had time to go in and break it down into its two components of the distance Reiki session and the explanation for the thinking. I haven't even had time to do that. So I'm just leaving the live up there until I get time. We're still doing a lot of stuff in the house and my time is spoken for a lot. I'll get there and post it later on when I get to it. Same as this one. Please be patient with me. I appreciate it. All right, Wade, you're running away. Bye. See you later. Thanks for being here. All right. Mindy can make me a crappy mish. I don't think you could. I don't want a crappy mish. She pops out often enough. Thanks, Mindy. You are very welcome, Bryce. Bryce, we've missed you. We haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, but now we know it's because you're traveling and the time change must be very difficult for you. Oh my God. Yeah. What time is it in Bali? You're 13 hours ahead. It's like 3 a.m., buddy. Get to bed. Go to bed. Go back to bed. Get up. Have a good day, no matter what time it is. I appreciate you, Bryce, for being here. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, I'm going to let you go. Hold it. Michaela. Milan says, I agree with the togetherness feeling. Thank you. It felt super collective today. And I think that's part of the gift that we have in doing this together at the same time. So thank you. I appreciate that, Milan. It's good to have you here too. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to get on with my day. And if you want to find this again, look in the live tab. I'll leave it up until I dissect it and clean it up. Okay. And until then, maybe I'll be here next week. Not sure. Weekend after, I'm going to try really hard. Again, I'll post the warning and you'll get the notification if you subscribe to the channel that I'm going to go live. I hopefully will know by Wednesday or Thursday if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys later. It definitely felt like togetherness, says Susanna. Yeah. Let's do this again then and be together another time soon. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.